Hi Maggie, it's Vatican here from Weekly Rations, and I would like to do a wee quick contest a reply for your latest thread. I'm going to go for option three, which is your favorite record of 2014. I mean, this is probably the only record brand new I've bought in 2014. Sorry, for an album that's released this year. It's Future Islands singles. So this is a band that is probably new to a lot of people in 2014 because they seem to have had quite a breakthrough. I remember at the start of the year seeing the David Letterman appearance, which I guess is considered quite a breakout moment, where the band came on and played Seasons, Waiting for You, a single from this album, and kind of blew a lot of people away, blew David Letterman away, and it was a bit of an internet meme because the lead singer, shall we say, is a little bit dramatic and has quite a stage presence, quite a funky dance routine to the song, and for the first couple of days it seemed to be kind of, people were just like, who is that guy? What is this? And it was a bit of a laughing stock. The internet was ablaze with the latest craze. But the thing is, the song stayed with people, and you could see people in the YouTube comments saying, my God, I've watched this 4 times, and I had watched it like 6 times within the first couple of days. And every friend that I passed this Letterman video on to were just mesmerized, and they ended up watching it. So the album itself had to be bought. This guy just converted everyone so quickly. So it's kind of like an 80s synthy sort of sound of a band, but slightly brought up to date, but not terribly so. It's not like a Chemical Brothers, Daft Punk, EDM dance sound. It's still quite an old-fashioned electronic driven sound, but the lead singer adds just a gravitas and a drama to it. He's pounding his chest and gripping the air, singing about a lost love, I presume. It's so catchy and so stays with you and believable. I've read interviews with them and sort of afterwards, and about how they come from, I think it's a Baltimore kind of DIY scene, but quite a stage scene. So I don't know an awful lot about them. I actually haven't even went back to their previous catalogue yet, because I kind of wanted to just capture this album and enjoy this album as it is. Because I've been introduced to them, and I think they've like 5 previous albums, and I'm just like, I take my time going backwards into their back catalogue. I don't need to rush. This band has came to me at a time when I guess I'm ready to hear them, and their older stuff could be different. I don't even know yet. So this came out on 4AD at the start of the year, and I just felt, because not much here, picture of the boys, because I've got so much mileage out of the video, I felt that it was only right to give these guys a few quid in their pockets, because I loved it, and a lot of my friends have loved it since. And the rest of the album keeps up similar sort of sound, so it's a lot of synth driven, we touch Kraftwerk, we touch of 80s cheese. It's quite a good album for like walking to, or cycling to, or exercise, or doing the housework to. You don't have to sit and listen to it with your headphones on. The lyrics are good, and they're vague enough and simple enough that you can put anything you want on it, and that's what I like sometimes about my lyrics. That you can just carry away and have your own wee fantasies or daydreams about the songs. I do have a funny story about it. So my friend got married in February, and I think it was a friend of a friend. I didn't know the guy who was doing the DJing, but he had a playlist all set up, and him and his mates, whatever, had it all ready to go. And we asked, we requested this, can you stick on fucking Future Islands, like they're the best band, going, and they wouldn't do it. Oh no, we've got a set playlist, whatever. So at the end of the night, it must have been 1 o'clock. All the music was turned off, whatever licensing laws, and the thing was winding down. There's loads of guests still, maybe 100 people still floating around, but all the DJ equipment was still set up, and there was nobody about. So me and my mates slept over with the iPhone and the wee auxiliary cable, and it went, turned the fucking PA on, just started blasting Seasons, and we were dancing around like lunatics trying to do the dance moves until we got about 3/4 way through the song, and then the bouncers came over and pulled the plug. iPhone nearly went through the window, so it was hilarious, and it totally made my night. And on the bus on the way home, everybody drunk singing Seasons Waiting on You. So I'm not even really 100% sure on your personal musical tastes and all that, but I certainly recommend giving this a stream if you have Spotify, or if you don't have Spotify, stick it on grooveshark.com and put in Future Islands and just listen to the album and give it a wee go. It may not be your cup of tea, but it will probably at some point put a smile on your face, and at the very least, even with the link to David Letterman, just watch the video and kind of open-minded and see if you can resist watching it again. If you only watch it once and that's you, fair play to you, but if you watch it 2 or 3 times, I think you might be hooked. So I'm lucky enough to be going to see them in 2 weeks, and they're playing in Dublin, so I'm going to see them. And unfortunately, the friend that we danced to at the disco at the wedding with this, he actually got in a serious car accident about a month ago, and he's getting better, but he's not walking at the moment, and he's not going. So I think I'm going to go anyway on his honour, and have a good night for him. But it will be tinged with that wee touch of disappointment and worry, because one of my good mates and the first guy who totally got it and went and bought their album as well, sadly can't go. So that's it, Maggie. I mean, I'm not going to take all night to talk about it, but it's my album of 2014. Sorry. Maybe not. 1 second, I'll be right back. Maggie, I'm back. So all my stuff is in storage. I've recently moved house, so whenever I was thinking about my record of the year, I was thinking Future Islands, because I'm going to see them in 2 weeks. But I had forgot about this, which is Sun Kill Moon, Benji. Kindly, my good friend Tom Bennett from the VC, sent me this over from the States, because the guy from Sun Kill Moon, called Mark Kozak, a lot of his stuff gets very limited runs, so as soon as this was released, I had to jump on it. But he has subsequently released loads of other versions and colours and stuff, so it's not so hard to get. So this is Sun Kill Moon, Benji, which is the singer sort of artist, is Mark Kozak, who used to be in the Red House Painters. So he's well known for emotional, dark, heavy, serious music, pretty much. This album is absolutely beautiful, and this is really one of my favourite albums ever. Something about Mark Kozak's songs that just seemed to gel with me, and he very much is an autobiographical kind of singer. He sings about himself, and this, I think he says himself, is his most personal album to date. So it's basically songs about himself, his family, his selfishness, he is a bit self-obsessed, and it's about himself. But the stories and the way he tells stories about his family and himself, they just draw you in. There's no doubt about it. And whether or not you have an analogy, or you feel the same as him, he carries you into his world. Beautiful album. Some songs may irritate after a while. Some songs may be hard to listen to after a while, because they're very serious and dark, and about deaths and stuff in his family. But it's beautiful, and the guest musicians and the way he brings the band in and out of the songs is really clever. And I am torn. I haven't even played this yet because my turntable's in storage. I am torn which one of these two beautiful records are going to be my record of the year. So I can't actually answer you right now, but for you at the moment, if I was to recommend one of them, given your personal circumstances from your last video, I would suggest that the Future Islands one is maybe a good one to listen to. The Sun Kill Moon might kind of, it's too full on for what's going on in your life at the minute. So I would just set that one to the side for another day. I really wanted to respond to your second option, which was, for an artist that you would like to be handed on to someone, but because of the state of play at the moment, I can't get at the artist who I wanted to get CDs and vinyl of his. It's an American singer-songwriter, Josh Ritter, R-I-T-T-E-R, Ritter, who I haven't talked an awful lot about in any videos in the past, and I really should maybe sit and do a wee discography or talk about him, but he's such a beautiful and talented singer-songwriter, and he really sadly doesn't get any of the attention that he really should. But I'm a big fan of his, so maybe another day I'll come back to a wee bit of Josh Ritter for you. Anyway, I've talked long enough. That's Future Islands and Sun Kill Moon for me. Fadigan. Thanks.